June. This is the Climate Prediction Center outlook for the month of May. This was made by our intern Carly here for me. We are going to be above average here as we go into the month of June for our high temperatures. It's going to be incredibly hot as we go into June. We're keeping with this heat, but for tonight, we're going to cool down to about 75 for our low. Isolated rain chances for western Oklahoma. We're going to stay dry here in the metro as we go throughout the rest of the night. The weather headlines, though, for this week, heat index remains near 100. We're going to have triple-digit highs for the 4th of July weekend, and we're going to have some of this heat continuing into next week. I'll have the rest of the forecast here in a few minutes, guys.
Thank you, Connor. And in tonight's Big Story Breakdown, we are looking at why city council meetings across central Oklahoma are drawing so much attention.
Not every important meeting ends with a vote. Sometimes the biggest discussions or decisions, including just start with a conversation. And tonight, city leaders in Norman, Yukon, and Meeker, each taking up issues that have sparked strong community interest. The topics are different, but each one could shape what happens next in these communities.
It was another packed city council meeting in Yukon tonight, but this time the Yukon mayor was there in attendance.
So is Fox 25's Rob Hagan, who's been following contentious city council meetings on the heels of data center discussions popping up across Oklahoma. He's live in Yukon with more. Rob?
That's right, Adam, Wendy, it's over capacity. People even showed up 2 hours early to the meeting here today, and they have offered overflow seating at City Hall. And the media even had reserved seating, first come, first served basis, the first time I've seen. Now, once again, the agenda items discussing data centers were buried at the bottom of the agenda. Right now, the public comment portion is still drawing on. I'm waiting to get to a purchase agreement between Yukon Municipal Authority and BLE Land Holdings over the land that was purchased for the data center here in Yukon. We still have not got to that topic yet because so many people are weighing in on the data center. Now, another thing that's been piling on in this meeting are the calls for Mayor Brian Pillmore to resign. He even had to call a recess because it got so heated in here, and we were just about 30 minutes into this meeting. Now, I will have much more details once they're available. We still have not got to agenda item 12 yet, discussing that land purchase by BLE Land Holdings, which is the parent company for the land acquisition for the Beltline Energy data center here in Yukon. I will provide those details once they're made available, but until then, live in Yukon, Rob Hagan, Fox 25 News.
Thank you, Rob. Norman city leaders are discussing the future of the Gray Street homeless shelter. City officials say the building has multiple fire code violations, and if a plan to address them isn't submitted to the state fire marshal by July 15th, the shelter could be shut down. That would leave about 55 people without a place to sleep.
We have other routes possibly that could house twice as many people, have showers, have trash, have laundry, and come in for cheaper per month that we're not looking into. So I'm struggling with this because we do have other options if we would sit down and bring them to the table and discuss them.
So Lieutenant McWhorter and I have done a little research on just some alternative options. They're very expensive. Like, we've looked into kind of like, I don't want to call it like a makeshift tent, but like some type of like soft building essentially. And we are looking at well over 500,000. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but 500,000 is probably like the minimum cost. I think we're looking at over $1 million for something like that that can house maybe closer to 150 people.
City staff estimate the necessary repairs would cost about $214,000, while alternative options could cost hundreds of thousands or even more than $1 million.
Two Meeker police officers on the line in tonight's Board of Trustees meeting. Tonight, the board went into executive session to talk about the employment, discipline, performance, and possible demotion and termination of Meeker police officer Kyle Crow and Meeker Police Chief Trent Norton. We reached out to the town hall and the town administrator asking what circumstances could have led to the individuals losing their jobs. Norton said he could not provide any information because it involves personnel matters. Many residents like Cassie Beeson have positive things to say about Crow and Norton.
I have a lot of medical issues. They've responded to many of my 911 calls where I've been unresponsive to keep my husband calm, cool, and collected. There was another time that I ran out of groceries before I could buy any more, and the police department, Chief Norton, he went to the store and bought out of his own pocket groceries for our household, and went to a local church to get some non-perishable food for us to get us by until my husband got paid again.
We also reached out to Norton ahead of the meeting. He said he had no comment at this time. We're going to let you know about tonight's decision when it comes in.
And that was your big story breakdown. You can learn more about today's Yukon Council meeting, still happening right now on OKCFox.com.
Plus, you can watch all of our previous big story breakdowns on our YouTube channel. Just scan the QR code on your screen or search OKC Fox. Tonight, EMSA issuing its second medical heat alert of the year. Since yesterday, medics have responded to 6 suspected heat-related illness calls in the metro and took 5 people to the hospital with heat-related illness symptoms. With the holiday approaching, officials are encouraging all Oklahomans to take heat precautions when spending time outside.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are reacting to the Supreme Court upholding birthright citizenship. Democrats are praising the decision, while Republicans are condemning it.
It is the blessing of this country to have somebody legally immigrate and then have a family behind them, and to have the vice chair up here telling the story about his own family is amazing.
I'm sure there's going to be lots of discussion about that. I will say I'm very disappointed in that outcome. I think it subjects the country to serious challenges going forward, and we'll have to deal with it as a Congress.
Republicans argue birthright citizenship encourages birth tourism, a practice where foreign nationals travel to the U.S. just to secure citizenship and the associated benefits for their kids. They also argue it rewards illegal immigration. Democrats point to the 14th Amendment, which the Supreme Court has historically upheld. They also say it prevents children from growing up stateless, and it benefits the U.S. economy. President Trump is now setting his sights on Congress to end birthright citizenship. In a post on social media, Trump calls the ruling too bad for our country and adds Congress should start today to work on ending expensive and unfair to our country birthright citizenship. He claims lawmakers don't need to make a constitutional amendment. That would require a 2/3 majority in both the House and Senate and a ratification by 3/4 of the states. It is unclear, though, how Trump would get around that.
Local immigration attorney told us she sees the decision as validation of the rights of children born in the U.S. under the 14th Amendment. She says some children born in the country will leave with their parents because their parents are not U.S. citizens.
Just because you have a child born here in the United States, that doesn't allow anybody to gain status. It doesn't allow anybody to remain here in the country. There are plenty of U.S. citizen children who depart this country with their parents when they are removed or deported, or when they just voluntarily leave the country because they don't have status.
She hopes the ruling will reassure immigrant families that their kids will be able to access education and medical services like any other U.S. citizen. Oklahoma Senator James Lankford also reacting tonight. He says he disagrees with the decision to grant American citizenship to people whose families intentionally violated the law. Lankford says the divided decision reminds us of the division in the country, but that Americans honor the courts even when there's disagreement. An Oklahoma City Police K-9 recovering after being injured while helping officers catch a suspect. We need to warn you, this video could be tough for some folks to watch here. Police say K-9 Dash was deployed during the pursuit of a stolen car near Southeast 19th Street in South Santa Fe. Investigators say Dash held onto the suspect even as the driver sped away, dragging the dog down the road before he finally let go. Dash suffered road rash to his paws, but is expected to make a full recovery.
We're now learning a man behind a deadly hit and run allegedly is in custody. Police say 28-year-old Sterling Morales was stopped for a traffic violation when witnesses alerted officers to a nearby crash involving 2 pedestrians near I-35 and Northeast 36th Street. According to police, one victim died at the scene. The other suffered serious injuries. Morales is facing several charges. A former DHS employee is facing multiple charges following allegations of sexual assault with a child. Myron McKinney has been arrested on 6 complaints of lewd acts with a child under 16. An arrest affidavit states the victim was part of a DHS case McKinney supervised. Investigators say the child reported being sexually assaulted during overnight stays at McKinney's home between 2020 and 2021. Police say McKinney later confirmed the child had stayed at his home while he was the case supervisor. So far, a court date has not been set in McKinney's case.
4th of July, one of the busiest weekends of the year for emergency departments, with drowning and boat-related injuries spiking during the holiday. And OU doctor shares some advice on how you can enjoy the weekend safely.
It's very important that if you're around water, whether it's in a pool or a lake, that there are adults assigned to keep an eye on children, keeping an eye on each other, and obviously having situational awareness. If you notice somebody from your party's not around, if you see somebody thrashing about, you have to be ready to act.
Experts emphasize constant supervision, proper life jacket use, and awareness of risk factors like alcohol use. OKC Animal Welfare reminding pet owners keep an eye on their pets during 4th of July. During the holiday, the shelters often sees an increase in lost pets, saying 1 in 5 go missing after being frightened by loud noises like fireworks. So to keep your friends safe, the shelter recommends microchipping them, ensuring they wear a visible ID tag. If you need one, you can stop by the shelter tomorrow through Friday, anytime from 9 to 5.
A number of state offices are going to be closed this weekend in honor of 4th of July, including some city services. So on Friday, OKC city offices, the municipal court, and OKC rec centers will be closed. Then the next day, Saturday, OKC Animal Welfare and Will Rogers Gardens Exhibition Center will not be open. OKC buses and streetcars will be free for riders on Saturday.
Well, a hazy and cloudy sunset out there for the Metro. I'll have why it's hazy, why it's cloudy, and what that means for our forecast here going into the weekend. I'll have that coming up in a few minutes.
This is Fox 25 Sports.
College football is right around the corner. John Mateer and Oklahoma are gearing up for a big 2026 season, and a strong season requires a lot of work in the off season. And at the Manning Passing Academy over the weekend, Mateer caught the eyes of fans and the media. In this video published on X, you can see Mateer's throwing motion looking a lot different than it was last year. Mateer, of course, had surgery on his throwing hand following the Sooners' win over Auburn. And after this, the Sooners' offense never really looked the same. At his youth camp on Saturday, Baker Mayfield spoke about Mateer's ability heading into year 2 with the program.
Yeah, I mean, I think from the first time I talked to John, you could tell he was kind of built different, and that's an important piece to have when you come in and you're trying to play quarterback here at this university. And I thought he was insane when he came back to play against Texas. He's as tough as they come, and I think he wanted to be out there for his guys. And in that game, it's important to him, and that's, to me, that carries you a long way. And I think it's going to take them. Stuff like that's going to take them farther this year.
And speaking of Mateer, Oklahoma football will be here one day closer than originally scheduled. The school announced this week that the season opening game against UTEP will now be played on Friday, September 4th. Athletic Director Roger Denny referencing the heat playing a factor, saying, quote, a Friday night kickoff provides a more comfortable environment for our student athletes, fans, and game day staff. It's just the second home game on a Friday this century for OU. The first, a 51-3 win over Temple in 2024. In Stillwater, an OSU running back turning heads before even playing a game for the Cowboys. Caleb Hawkins has been named a Walter Camp preseason All-American. Hawkins was dominant during his freshman year at North Texas, running for over 1,400 yards and scoring a nation-leading 29 total touchdowns. Hawkins and fellow Mean Green transfer Drew Mestemaker will look to improve on OSU's 1-11 record in 2025. The Cowboys will open their season on the road against Tulsa on Saturday, September 5th, as they look to avenge last season's loss to the Golden Hurricane. I'm Stone Weber, and that's a look at sports.
Well, it was a beautiful day today. We were a little bit warm, but not as hot as we could have been. The forecasted high for today was 96, but thanks to some of that Saharan dust that stuck around from last night, we only got up to about 94. But it was a beautiful day, and it's a beautiful sunset out there with those clouds from the west and that Saharan dust sticking around. Now, these clouds are from some anvils, from some storms out in West Texas. They've made their way over. You can see on the temperatures here out in West Texas, we have those current temperatures in the 70s out there. Well, right now in the metro, we're at 83, and then some of those spots still in 90. That's out there in the southwest Oklahoma near Altus out there. Still very hot, but for today, with these storms that are out there, we do have a marginal risk for severe weather, mainly just for the small portion of western Oklahoma. It's from now until about 11 p.m. The main threat's going to be those gusty winds from 60 to 70 miles an hour. Could see some penny-sized hail, not going to see a tornado with these storms. Now, we do have this area of rain that's starting to fizzle out here, especially as it moves into Rogers County right along the state line. There is a severe thunderstorm warning down here in the Panhandle. It's not going to get to us. It's going to fizzle out here. You can see the Futurecast has this big storm right here, but again, those showers right now are starting to fizzle out. You can see this line of showers also starting to fizzle out as we go throughout the rest of the night. We're going to be mostly clear, but we could see some of those high-level clouds from those anvils like we saw on the Skycam making their way towards the metro. The heat index as we get into tomorrow is going to be the main story here. 98 for the metro as we go to tomorrow and then into Thursday. Again, going to be up there 100. That's a new update from what we saw earlier. Again, triple-digit heat index values over the next couple days are certainly possible, especially for all of Oklahoma. This next weather maker here is going to be this heat dome sitting over the eastern U.S. It's been sitting in the eastern U.S. It's going to continue to build over there. But as we get into Friday and Saturday, you see it starts to split in half here with this half sitting over the panhandles. That's what's going to bring us these hot temperatures as we get into this 4th of July weekend. And the 7-day temperature trend, you can see 96 tomorrow. And then as we get into the weekend, 100 degrees for your high on 4th of July. Here's your 4th of July weekend forecast. 100 on Friday, 101 on Saturday, 100 on Sunday. Mostly clear every day, but we do have a 20% chance for some showers that we're just going to watch for Sunday. We'll keep you updated on that as we get closer. For tonight, though, 75, a bit warm, mostly clear, south wind at 15 miles an hour. For tomorrow, high of 96. Heat index values nearing 100 degrees. And then the 10-day forecast here, 96 tomorrow, up into the high 90s by Thursday, 100 degrees for the 4th of July weekend. And then next week, still sunny, hot with highs in the high 90s and triple digits.
So things are still bouncing around with those highs.
Yeah, we saw maybe up to 104, but now with the most recent model data that we've seen, we're back down to 101.
What a relief.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we
Man.
can all agree.
Whew.
Either way, it sounds like Celebration's got potential to get a little brutal, so we're going to have to be careful out there.
We'll be right back.
Local leaders are celebrating the completion of a major project at a local airport. Today, a ribbon-cutting ceremony took place at the Guthrie Edmond Airport, highlighting the newly reconstructed and realigned taxiway and upgraded airfield lighting. The $5.7 million investment helps the airport meet Federal Aviation Administration design standards.
The new taxiway and the new stub taxiways will allow pilots greater autonomy over the airfield, and they'll also open up and expand access for future development.
The project is part of an ongoing expansion plan where officials say they plan to expand the airport's terminal in the near future.
An 8th grader from Mustang is headed to Washington, D.C. after taking top honors in Oklahoma's state final civics bee. Mustang Central Middle School student Jessica Mabry earned her win by showing off her knowledge in a live quiz. She also presented a plan focused on mental health awareness and support for teens.
A lot of teens are going through depression, and there are a lot of hard things in our lives. So I wanted to find a solution, and I kind of explored the idea of safe spaces for teens in schools where they can kind of calm down and just feel more relaxed in school to help with that.
Mabry earned $1,000 for her performance today. She'll take her skills to the nation's capital in November. Students there will compete for up to $100,000 in scholarships. 7 artifacts representing Oklahoma's history, culture, and defining moments will soon be preserved for the next 250 years as part of the America 250 National Time Capsule. Some of the artifacts include an Oklahoma City Thunder NBA championship pin, a Route 66 Centennial commemorative coin, and a First Americans Museum commemorative button recognizing the enduring histories, cultures, and contributions of the 39 tribal nations in Oklahoma. The National Time Capsule will include artifacts from all 50 states, U.S. territories, and the 3 branches of the federal government.
Oklahoma City just less than a month away from hosting the Canoe Slalom World Championship. More than 300 athletes from 50 countries competing at river sports. Oklahoma City Mayor David Holt says the event a great way to get introduced to the events the city will host during the 2028 Olympic Games. Athletes compete from July 20th through the 25th. You get your tickets online right now at okc2026.com.
All right, I got the 4th of July weekend forecast pulled up here. Again, 100 degrees on Friday, going to get up to 101 for the high on Saturday, although some spots could get up further, especially in western Oklahoma. We could see highs up to 104. Looking towards Sunday, down to 100 again. We're going to be mostly clear every day, south wind at 15 miles an hour. And we are tracking this 20% chance of an isolated storm on Sunday. The conditions are there. We're just not quite sure if we're going to see those storms. So we only have a 20% chance for now, but that is your 4th of July weekend forecast.